सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्री कृष्णाय वयं नुमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुने शौनकादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो नमः। आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। मत्स्यादि अवतारेभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः। हरि ओम। भगवद गुरु के चरण में प्रणाम। 16वां अध्याय 16th chapter. In that we have seen all the vibhutis and the concluding beautiful remarks by the Lord about the need of controlling senses and mind, which is called as yoga, as a beginning of not only all spiritual aspirations and sadhanas, but it is also good for your own peace in the mind and for our own external beautiful noble life. वाचम नियच्च आत्मनितम नियच्च बुद्धिम नियच्च च बुद्धि साक्षिणी वाचम यच्च मनो यच्च प्राणान् यच्चेन्द्रियाणि च आत्मानमात्मना यच्च न भूयः कल्पसे अध्वने. The same thing, विवेक चूड़ामणि. वाचम नियच्च आत्मनितम नियच्च बुद्धिम नियच्च च बुद्धि साक्षिणी तम चास्पि पूर्णात्मनि निर्विकल्पे नियच्च शांतिं परमां भजस्व. Bhagavan says. 15th chapter we saw wonderful siddhis also. Like that, in every chapter, Bhagavan is giving us ideas to do our own purushartha with the given abilities so that we evolve outside, inside, innermost. If we can recognize that, understand that, and practice, we will be helping ourselves only to become better out and inside. Now, in the 17th chapter, we will see Bhagavan describing the Varna Dharma and Ashrama Dharma, and also Hamsa Rupena. Bhagavan, what he gave knowledge, the Hamsa Gita also comes here. Okay, let us chant it first. Om. First, Uddhavji asks question. We'll do Parayanam. How many are there? 58. We'll do some of them. Then we will see the meaning. उद्धव उवाच यस्त्वया विहितः पूर्वं धर्मः त्वद्भक्तिलक्षणः वर्णाश्रमाचारवतां सर्वेषां द्विपदामवे यथानुष्ठीयमानेन त्वयि भक्तिर्नृणां भवेत् स्वधर्मेणारविन्दाक्ष तत्समाख्यातुमर्हसि पुरा किल महाबाहो धर्मं परमकं प्रभो यत्तेन हंसरूपेण ब्रह्मणेभ्यात्थ माधव स इदानीं सुमहथा कालेनामित्रकर्षण न प्रायो भवितामर्त्य लोके प्राग् अनुशासितः वक्ता कर्ता वितानान्यः धर्मस्याच्युत ते भुवे सभायामविवैरिञ्जां यत्र मूर्तिधराः कलाः कर्त्रा वित्रा प्रवक्त्रा च भवता मधुसूदन त्यक्ते महीतले देव विनष्टं कः प्रवक्ष्यते तत् त्वं नः सर्वधर्मज्ञ धर्मस्त्वद्भक्तिलक्षणः यथा यस्य विधीयेत तथा वर्णय मे प्रभो। श्रीशुक उवाच इत्थं स्वभृत्य मुख्येन पृष्टः स भगवान् हरिः प्रीतः क्षेमाय मर्त्यानां धर्मान् आह सनातनान्। श्रीभगवानुवाच धर्म्य एष तव प्रश्नः नैश्रेयसकरो नृणां वर्णाश्रमाचारवतां तम उद्धव निबोध मे आदौ कृतयुगे वर्णः नृणां हंस इति स्मृतः कृतकृत्याः प्रजा जात्या तस्मात् कृतयुगं विदुः वेदः प्रणव एव अग्रे धर्मोऽहं ऋषरूपधृत उवासते तपोनिष्ठाः हंसं मां मुक्तकिल्बिषाः त्रेतामुखे महाभागा प्राणान् मे हृदयात् त्रयी विद्या प्रादुरभूत् तस्य अहमासं त्रिवृन्मखः विप्रक्षत्रियविशूद्राः मुखबाहुरुपादजाः वैराजात् पुरुषात् जाता य आत्माचारलक्षणाः गृहाश्रमो जघनतः ब्रह्मचर्यं हृदो मम वक्षस्थानाद् वने वासः न्यासः शीर्षणि संस्थितः वर्णानाम् आश्रमाणां च जन्मभूम्यनुसारिणीः आसन् प्रकृतयो नॄणां नीचैर्नीचोत्तमोत्तमाः शमोदमः तपः शौचं सन्तोषः क्षान्तिरार्जवम् मद्भक्तिश्च दया सत्यं ब्रह्म प्रकृतयस्त्विमाः तेजोबलं धृतिः शौर्यं तितिक्षौदार्यमुद्यमः स्थैर्यं ब्रह्मण्यतैश्वर्यं क्षत्रप्रकृतयस्त्विमाः आस्तिक्यं दाननिष्ठा च अदम्भो ब्रह्मसेवनम् अतुष्टिरर्थोपजयैः वैश्यप्रकृतयस्त्विमाः शुश्रूषणं द्विजगवाम देवानां चाप्यमायया तत्र लब्धेन सन्तोषः शूद्रप्रकृतयस्त्विमाः अशौचम् अनृतं स्तेयं नास्तिक्यं शुष्कविग्रहः कामः क्रोधश्च तर्षश्च स्वभावोऽन्तेव सायिनाम् अहिंसा सत्यमस्तेयम् अकामक्रोधलोभता भूतप्रियहितेहा च धर्मोऽयं सार्ववर्णिकः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री भागवत शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्री सूता शरणं मम श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम श्री व्यास शरणं मम श्री नारद शरणं मम श्री कुमार शरणं मम श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्री विष्णु शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणतिलकं यद्वैष्णवानां धनं यस्मिन् पारमहंस्यमेवममलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते। यत्र ज्ञानविरागभक्तिसहितं नैष्कर्म्यमाविष्कृतं तत्शृण्वन् प्रपठन् विचारणवरः भक्त्या विमुच्येन्नरः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिरित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थिते अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः। Hari Om, salutations to Lord, to Bhagavata Acharyas, to our own Gurus, and to all you too, and welcome. What a beautiful thing that we are studying Bhagavata Mahapuranam every day, and thus getting exposed to the way of the life to be lived. The glory of Puranas is that, first and foremost, sometimes it is given by the Lord or it is given about the Lord. The greatness of Puranas is it is Rishi Muni Proktam, and they have practiced and experienced and gave it us. Third, it is coming up to us through such a wonderful, long lasting Guru Parampara. Fourth, it's only few little Shraddha for us in our own life's improvement. It is Shraddha for us in the teachings that are given in Bhagavata. When you have it and accordingly when you pursue it, we can see the sea of change in our own life's evolution. Minus this type of study of Shastra, we will be always in a chaotic, confused mind. Because of some punya done, we may have good things around, properties or all positions, happiness. ये सब हो सकता होगा. But then still there is a vagueness as to what the life has to be lived for, what it can be aimed to. All these things would be answered to us. And remember, without these, how a life of utter worldliness we live, without any difference. Sorry for saying so, without any difference between animals and us. Just ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha dvayam cha samyam pashubhir narana. And such a wonderful opportunity of being a human being, such a great intellect given to us, heart is given to us. Spiritually, anyway, at least in the world also, by improving our own buddhi and hrudayam, how wonderful contributors we can be to the world and the receivers also. But somehow, when we don't expose ourselves regularly to these upadeshas, to these adeshas, to these sandeshas, to this disha nirdesha, then we go in only durdisha to reach to durdasha. Everyone like that. But then the Guru Rishis, they never give up. They come some or the other form and try their best. In their trial and effort, some whose little punya has become paripakva, they slowly get attracted, inspired. That is you and me. Not that we have become Babaji and learnt everything and practiced. At least we are sumukha, better than others who are vimukha. It is all the grace of the Gurus. Continuously, they never yield, they never give up. They come in various forms and to keep on encouraging the jivas, whether they like or don't like. Like a doctor or parents who feed the children, whether they like or not, because it gives nourishment. The doctor gives medicine operation, so it is very bitter seemingly, but that alone saves life. Here also, by giving all this introduction, we first of all saluted Srimad Bhagavata Purana and Purana Rupa Bhagavan Krishna. We also saluted all the Bhagavata Acharya Parampara, starting from Narayana Bhagavan. We also saluted the immediate gurus, the Vedavyasa Bhagavan, Shukadevaji, and Suta Mahamuni. And finally, we are coming to an understanding that we are fortunate enough to be exposed to it. This is first point. Second is, then as just now said, little by little, when we make the Gita Bhagavata Upanishad practical in us, then not only the joy of knowing the knowledge or subject, but the joy of ourselves transforming, ourselves evolving, we can visualize conspicuously in each one of us by ourselves. This is a great opportunity. And life, at least 5 to 10 years, should be thoroughly spent in Shastra. Throughout life, if you spend, then more maturity, understanding come that decides our future life of being in Adhyatmika Marga right from beginning. Totally don't get lost into the world. Help ourselves. That is, in general, in life, 10 years like that we said, but more practically, requiredly, every day sometime. And the four types of involvement is, one is listening regularly under some known master, guide, guru, acharya. Second is definitely sometime you yourself with your own eyes opened look into the book and chant and know the meaning. Third one is what? At least little bit. What is said today in the class? Close eyes and remembering it. Fourth one is in that whatever the essence gained, if it is required to practice immediately, doing it. Little done also helps. The more we regularly study, more memory will be there. Like morning we saw the mantra. Apyayantu mamangani. Yesterday also we saw beautiful mantras every day from last 8 days. Telugu people. English already we have seen them. That is there also available. Now, when we know them, meaning and do them every day, by now we would have been master not only in the mantrocharana, its memory, but also in meditating on the meaning or with the bhava born out of meaning that we would have done the chanting. And this application would have long back reached the Lord in various forms as we applied in those Veda mantras. Prayers, application of prayers, blessings. Here also, yes, 11 skandhas we have studied halfway through the 11th one. And such that's how the topics come again and again to deepen our knowledge, to inspire us to make more and more convinced about it. Repetition. So that we may forget it, we are reminded. Having said so, again feel that fortune that we are in this Adbhuta Karyakrama of studying Purana. And whoever teaches to us, it is Bhagavan Vyasa. And you have to get a great guru for that you deserve. What you deserve, you got me. And a teacher or not teacher, Upavakta, let us say. So too. All other aspects of the mind keep away. Focus on the Purana matter subject. How much it is entering. Okay. Now, after seeing 16th chapter of Vibhutis, now in the 17th, we'll see Uddhavaji asking about the Varna Ashrama Achara, having lived which we become qualified for the Bhakti Adi Sadhana, which was said in the 14th, 13th Adhyayas, in which Bhagavan even taught to Uddhava when Uddhavaji asked how to do that dhyana. It was taught right from beginning onwards. Sukhasana Asinaha. From there onwards, up to merging even into that pure conscious space, Bhagavan taught us. We chanted it 7 times and we saw the meaning for 6-7 days. देखो भूल जाते हैं it's an important topic था. So that is okay. We want to do that, but are we able to do? Where is the time? Where is the mind? Where is the liking in us? Where is that purity? Where is the ekagrata? Where is the willingness? All this ground is done when we follow our dharma of our Varna and our Ashrama. And they are not compulsions, but they are compulsory for evolution. We have to take them as compulsion, like medicine. It's not compulsion because your life is also not compulsion. No, I want to live compulsorily. Then you have to make medicine as compulsion in your own interest. In the same way, if Varnashram, see, totality ka kya hai? If you are contributing to it, it will appreciate, give resources to us. If you are contradictory to the totality, it will just eliminate and throw us like the mirchi in the sambar. As if फेंक देगा. Totality has no concern for we useless individuals. It is we who need to, for our own stopping the downfall and evolving, some things we have to take as duties and practice. They are called dharma. And they depend on your varna and ashrama. And they must be known. They must be practiced. In this modern world, the varna ashrama words are not used, but everywhere they are there. The Varnas and Ashramas are there. Let us not worry about whether the society recognizing it or not, the education system, the constitutions based on that or not. Why should we? We are knowing what we are. So what way do we fit in this Varna Ashrama? Or what are given to us by Krishna to practice? Let us do that involve. Whoever comes to us, we can direct them. देखो भगवान कृष्ण इसने जीने को कहा ऐसा जीने से होने वाला अंतकरण शुद्धि से upasana, bhakti, and dhyana and jnana becomes effective. So these all varna ashram dharma, therefore purify us, qualify us. Therefore, they are compulsory. Do it, purify, then evolve spiritually. So wonderful it is. So crystal clear. It's only because we study or listen to class like a serial or a cinema. It's only we feel that it is not for us, or we cannot do, or not necessary immediately, or something else is important. These are the hundreds of things which are there in us, which I know we are trying to hold on to the rope of sadhana to come up above this river of the samsara or the well of the samsara, but something from below is pulling us among all these. एक से ज़्यादा ही होते कोई. Sometimes prarabdha trouble, some health trouble, sometimes some issues crop up. कितने सारे मिलकर हमको इसमें डीप जाने नहीं दे रहे. Otherwise, it's a perfect way of living life, our shastras. And one shastra is enough thoroughly to study and live and evolve. Live and evolve. We are studying so many shastras as our own study, mananam, and my practice, it is for my own thing. Few of you are coming, therefore it is beneficial to you. It is my kritagnata to the Rishi Guru Parampara, seva to Sanatana Dharma. You may ask a question, why so many 12 skandha, 18,000 Bhagavat Puran? Is it that only so many thousand slokas studied that we can understand and evolve? No. Any one skandha enough. In that also some chapters are complete in themselves. Some chapters only 20 श्लोक में ही सारा सार बताया. Not only here like Gita, 12 chapter 20 slok enough, 15 chapter 20 slok enough, 16 chapter 24 enough, 17 chapter 24 enough. You can do that. But recognizing the presence of such wonderful shastras in our culture, tradition, that's also beauty. That beauty of the duty is given to some, you and me. I'm just answering. Why studying Upanishads? Why Bhagavat? Why so many? Why not only one thing? Swami teach only Ishavasya 100 times so that we get thorough. That is also one technique. If you like it, you go there. But our job is to study as many as possible shastras. It goes on for next at least whatever 2 decades जितना भगवान जन्म देंगे हम पढ़ते ही जाएंगे. Now, 17th chapter is of the dharmas. Let us start with Uddhavaji's prashna. Wonderful, sweet is Uddhava. Unless one has that bent of mind to know and live that noble life of spirituality, such genuine questions will not come, and Lord will not take them so seriously to give an exhaustive reply, which is an essence of not only all Shastra but life's evolution. Only simple proof is that their interaction became a part of Bhagavad Puran. And to that, the saints have given the Mukti Skanda name. Is it not Mukti Skanda? Yaar, batao. What a beautiful Uddhava. We have to appreciate. And always, as we say, we have to evolve to the level of Uddhava's mind. Then we'll understand what is his question. Then only the answer given by Bhagavan Krishna will be applicable to us, understandable to us. Let's see. Atha saptadashodhyayah Uddhava vacha. Uddhava is saying, Yaha tvaya avita purvam dharmaha. You have already taught us a dharma. It's actually projita kaitavaha parama dharma it was. Supreme dharma you taught us. What about Tvad Bhakti Lakshanaha? That having bhakti to you through various vibhutis also come under bhakti only. All the yoga siddhis also, he said, all yoga siddhis also given by me only. Therefore, have devotion to me, then you will get siddhis. Even but a more matured person knows that they all are kalakshapana hetavaha and antarayas. He wanted to teach bhakti, but through bhakti you can get the siddhis also, you can get so many other things also. When it is told, there is a temptation, inspiration to do bhakti. But the goal is bhakti for no other reason, bhakti for bhakti's sake. Even before that also, as we just now saw, Bhagavan taught us the dhyana paddhati, saguna dhyanam, and how wonderfully it was there, where in the hridaya, in the sun, in the moon, in the agni, we visualize Bhagavan's vacha, kalyana rupa, divya sundara rupa, and then all the gunas of the Lord in that rupa we see, and we also with devotion look at him, meditate on him. All this Tvad Bhakti Lakshana Dharma Tvaya Prokta. So you taught us. At least few of them you can remember, and we may even start practice also already. Yaha Tvaya Avita Purvam Dharma Tvad Bhakti Lakshana. That Lakshana Varnasramacharavatam Sarvesham Dvipadam Api. That was spoken in general as for everybody. Sarvesham Dvipada. To all the beings who include Varna Ashrama Achara Van. Those who follow the Varna and Ashrama. Those who belong to Varna Ashrama and follow. Okay. It means he is asking a question as well as himself is tentatively telling to Krishna. Are they applicable to all Varna Ashrama? One is answer is direct. Yeah, definitely. But then every Varnashrama, do they become qualified for that? No. Then how to get qualification? Then when they leave their dharma, dharmate birati, jogate jnana, yoga means bhakti yoga. Jnana moksha pradam veda bakhana. लक्ष्मण जी को राम जी ने बताया 3 दिन पहले इन तुलसी रामायण. धर्म से वैराग्य, वैराग्य से भक्ति, भक्ति से ज्ञान, ज्ञान से मुक्ति. Without dharma means what? Dharma includes always two. Whenever we talk about dharma, always remember two. One, doing dharma and not doing adharma. And mind you, most of our time goes in doing not adharma only. When that is curtailed. When the adharma is curtailed, lot of time, energy you get. You perform the dharma, mind is happy because what is to be done is done, therefore no tension. No need to be worried. No need to show, chupa the face. Because jo karna tha kar diya. You have to stick to that principle. I'll do dharma, nothing other than that. That feeling is called vairagya, dharmate virati. Then that time what do when you come up back from your office, finishing your work? Yoga, bhakti yoga. Yesterday Bhagavan taught Navadha Bhakti to Shabari Mata. Today the beautiful topic, Tulsi Ramayana, Hanuman Ram Milan, and all that Sugriv Ram Milan, excellent. In Kishkinda Kanda. Yoga, Bhagati Yoga ke liye time hoga. Then it will lead to Jnana. Here also, let us listen. How much our Shastras we study. Intellectually we may apprehend it. But the qualification to deeply involve in those sadhanas and experience, we need to prepare the bhumika. The preparation of bhumika in us is called as Antakarana Shuddhi Shakti Ekagrata. They will not come if you don't follow our Varna Ashrama Dharma. There is no it's a fixed rate topic that cannot be compromised. There's a negotiation here. There is no manipulation or there is no pollution. There is no addition, subtraction, recommendation. ऐसे नहीं होते. Don't ask for them. Instead of feeling inside to continue the life of worldliness and asking the Lord to give this and that, we should ask the Lord, please bless me, O Lord, to do dharma, then bhakti and jnana and reach you. Give that conviction in me. Is it not? What happens to us? We understand Shastra, but then our own heart, our own longings inside are again our worldliness. We have to ask Him, Lord, remove this. Remove this. Let me be doing what I really understand intellectually in the class as guidance given by our acharyas of the Shastra. Shrutam me gopaya. Shrutam me nama prahasihi. Anena aditena ahoratran sandadhami ritam vadishya. Both way. Upanishad mantra talks about this way. What I hear the knowledge of Tattva, I should not forget to. Telugu mantras, every day those who are listening, they can tune to this. And today though, what a wonderful thing it is. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot, Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaranamastu. Oh Lord, may we not forget the Brahma is Lakshya. May we deserve for it. With all dharmas which we have to reach to Paramatma, come to us. Please bless. This is what. Same Shastra, the other topic also told, this worldliness which we are so much caught up in, Lord, please clear it. Remember, there's never problem in the outer world. It's ever problem in the inner mind, which is misassessing the outer world. That is called as inner samsara. That's how the Shankara Bhagavan's Bhajagovindams or the Karavalamba Stotrams. In every shloka he writes, Samsara se Lakshmi Nrsimha Mamadihi Karavalambam. Samsara se bahar le aao. Every shloka. Samsara Sagara Karala Vishala Kala. Samsara Gora Gahano Charate Murare. Samsara Sagara Nimajjana Muhyamanam. Samsara Kubamati Godam Ati Gora Magada Mulam. Every shloka is talks, please pull us out of that. We are not able to understand that we are caught up in such a web that we are destroying ourselves. Please lift us from there. First understanding should come that where we are entering into is a deep dungeon, endless hollow where we are going to fall only lower and lower. Read that Lakshmi Nrsimha Karavalamba Stotram every day, at least for 1 month. Make at least a week, once a week. Her best is what? Make it 108 times Parayanam in 3 months, 2 months, daily 3 times. Know the meaning and feel that. Samsara davadahana kula bhikaro rujala bali birati dagda tanuruhasya tatpada yugma sarsiroha mastakasya Lakshmi Nrsimha Mamadihi Karavalam. So what is the topic under discussion? Though we know Jnanam, though we know what is to be done to become adhikari for the Jnanam, yet we are not able to do because we are pulled somewhere. Why? Because you are not assessed about it. Now we ask the Lord to help us to come out of it. First you assess and know that we are only at the falling down life. Therefore, having known that, do your best and ask the Lord to help her. Then we come out of it. Hammaya, from the valley fallen, come onto the road and start moving in the marg of dharma, yoga, dharma, vairagya, yoga and jnana. This is how we have to be understanding. And this is what stability in life. When we establish in that establishment only, there is stability. There is a peace. There is a contentment. There is joy that I am on good path. Like when you take up one value of Satyam and you really practice it, don't you feel, how satisfying it is? Any other values. Same way, this way, when as human being we establish, we become stabilized. Though till then, the instabilities will be there. We keep on getting tempted, getting pulled by this, whatever the inner and outer pulls. So that's how Uddhavji's Prashna ki what Varnashrama Achara we have to do so that we become qualified for pure Bhakti Jnanam Mukti. So Varnashrama Acharavatam Sarvesham Dvipadam Api Yatha Anushtiyamanena. In what way when we do the Anushtana? Tvayi Bhakti Nunam Bhavet. The bhakti which you taught earlier towards you, which we have to have, वो हमको आ जाएगा कैसा क्या करने से. ऋणाम त्वयि भक्तिर भवेत यथा अनुष्ठीयमानेन. So there are two things. One is for which varna ashrama achara people, which type of sadhana bhakti for evolving in bhakti. Second, varna ashrama people, which achara they have to do so that they become qualified for devotion. Both will be taught in the entire chapter. Excellent chapter again. It's huge. 58 slokas. In fact, 58 days we can study, but we will see it as early as possible because many things are already heard by us. So, what is the question? You indicated bhakti as a sadhana for mukti. And it was told in general for all human beings, Dvipada Nara. Yes, we are ready to do. Just a question as well as curiosity. Ki, which Varnashrama should do which type of devotion? Or Varnashrama people should live in which type of life so that they become qualified for the devotion which you taught us. In that inherently, is Bhakti Jnana possible for all Varna, all Ashara? That also is given. That question also indicated. And it is still subtle intellectual logical if you understand. You and I only get answer. We need not even bother Krishna. See, everyone came with our own gunas. According to guna, our nature. So that nature has its own duties to be performed. When you perform them, obviously there is inner purity. With that you do your bhakti. A Shudra need not be Brahmana, but as a Shudra, if he finishes what works he does, dharma, and whatever not to be done he avoids, he is qualified for the bhakti. Even if one is Brahmana, Brahmana Lakshanas if he is not following, then he will not be able to do bhakti. That facility is there. That's how in our Shastra, the great bhaktas of all Varna and all Ashrama. ऐसा कोई नहीं कि एक ब्राह्मण ही महाभक्त ज्ञानी बने हैं. ऐसा है क्या कहीं? हो ही नहीं सकता. No need at all like that. Brahmana, of course, has more opportunities because he's got that intellection, that is Shuddha Sattva Guna. He can do the mantrocharana, satsanga and all. If he uses it, he can reach out quickly. If he doesn't use it, he will also be stagnant in the path of evolution through devotion. Now he says, Yatha anushtiyamanena tvayi bhakti nunam bhavetu sadharmena. Here, Ravindaksha, tat samyak akhyatum arhasi. You deserve to tell because I am very desirous to know which Swadharma Anushtana having done, which you certify that we are qualified and give us the readiness, give us the willingness to do sadhana of bhakti, and also you send some gurus to guide us in that path. Always it is Guru who guides us in sadhana and who monitors us, who sees to us that we progress. Wherever we fall down, with some wrong steps are put, he is the one there to come to rescue. But if we have Guru, that's how the Guru Bhakti Shakti yesterday, someday we saw in the morning class. Very interesting. He will help us. That is, help comes to us sent by Bhagavan only. When we fulfill Varnashrama and prove to him, yeah, now he is ready for next stage in evolution. Evolution is stage by stage. In every life, little stage we cross. Not all. In this life of ours, we are only knowing that there are Shastras, there is Paramatma's goal. Pakka Bhagavan hi goal hai. It is only through following the Shastras of do's and don'ts at the Vyavahara at the mind level and then Dhyana level that we get Paramatma. This conviction in which life it will come, we don't know. Then really dedicating few lives for it, then we reach out. Don't need to be hurrying. करते रहो होता रहेगा. We lived the entire life like next time. इसी जन्म में चाहिए तो then give up everything and do only this. If you can do it. There are some people. Some great devotees, bhaktas, disciples, learn from Guru. Guru still talking, but Shishya has gone and realized already. Guru also already realized, but he went, took me in the minimum classes, the knowledge required, then he went on doing. Like Gurudev was like that. He was not totally taught by Tapon Maharaj and a few texts only. That was enough for him. He was doing his own Manana Chintanam, reading books independently. Whenever doubts came, inside and outside, he used to seek Tapon Maharaj guidance. Maharaj will, wherever he is there, he'll just bless and answers come. Took some time. Later on, he himself is a Mahatma. So, what is the question? What are the Anushtana of Varna Ashrama Achara, dharma we have to do so that we become fit for the Bhakti Sadhana, which is the giver of Mukti. Then Pura Kila Mahabaho, Dharmam Paramakam Prabho. That Parama Dharma of Bhakti with qualifications. Earlier you taught Hayat Tena Hamsa Rupena. That Hamsa Rupa. Brahmane Abhyata Madhava. To Brahmadeva you taught. Oh Krishna, please tell that to us. But what happened to that? Oh, that knowledge you gave, but sa idanim sumahata kalena. That jnanam in this long period of time, Amitra Karshana evocative. Oh Lord, with the removal of the Shatru. Shatru Karshana, Amitra Karshana, then Para Balardana, these are all meanings. Same word. Amitra Karshana, O Lord, who is the eliminator of inner Shatrus mainly, outer Shatrus, such you I am asking, I am telling, Saha idanim sumahata kalena. Because of the long period, na prayah bhavita martya loke prag anushasita. Though it was anushasana given by the Guru, taken by the disciple as anushasana, and they were strictly following it, but in course of time, because of people's extrovertedness, because of people losing their the interest in Shastra or in spirituality, that lost sight. सेम थिंग भगवान हिमसेल्फ सेस गीता 4th chapter में. ये तो मैंने सूर्य भगवान को पढ़ाया, बट सूर्य हैज taught it to Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. Then in this way it was coming, but kalena mahata yoga nashta. Imam vivasvade yogam proktavana havyam vivasvan manve praha manurikshvakavayam brahmin एवं परंपरा प्राप्त में राजर्षि विदो स कालेन महता योग नष्ट परंतम स एव अयम तेद्य योग प्रोक्त पुरातन भक्तोसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यमि एतदुत्तमम्. Remember, in general, in the world, in the totality, if that beautiful traditional dharma of living life of dharma and aiming at spiritual dharma is not practiced for any reason, slowly it decays. Totality. In the individual also, when we don't attend to that type of lifestyle consistently, slowly it decays in us. In the same way, the opposite of it, the positive of it also, when a huge Raja comes head, then he again remakes the entire system to live according to Dharma. Again, in the totality, the Dharma prevails. So, in the individual life also, you and I by choice can do for ourselves this life of Dharma and evolution. That which was lost sight of. This is what we are doing. You and I are doing the same work of bringing back into sight the study of Shastra, living according to them for our own growth. तो उद्धव जी कह रहे आपने बताया है कुछ समय पालन हुआ, लेकिन धीरे धीरे अब वो प्रिवेलेंट नहीं है. इट इज नॉट सीन इन द वर्ल्ड. That means that's how, according to the Kala, whichever the Jivas come at that time, according to their samashti mind, they adopt the things, then they do. If the entire Jivas are Bhautikavadin, the whole world will be Bhautikavada, just like now. Even the so-called spiritual people also, utterly spiritual, like the Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi and all, very rarely few. On fingertips you can count them. All others need comforts, luxuries and all. And once you need them, your mind goes there, whether you accept it or not, and justify it, whatever you do. Maximum. Same way, if a society's entire Jiva Koti at that time are wonderfully seeking that dharma, truth, then the totality will be like that. उनका अंतःकरण वैसा है. तो now भगवान को उद्धव जी कहते हैं कि this dharma of varnashrama followed by the bhakti, by jnana, by mukti. You are the one who is giver of that. You are the one who is the one demonstrate by practicing. You are the one who protect such people and such dharmas. And other than you, who can teach us, protect us. Therefore, please teach again us and protect that we follow it. Please remember that Bhagavad Amsha is there and Bhakti has its effect to invoke the Bhagavan's Anugraha. That Anugraha definitely influences our mind, intellect to mold from materialism to spirituality. Believe it as strongly as possible and you just to do it. That's what entire stotra is about. So here Uddhava is trying it, not like us that we go in front of a Murti or Vigraha, because he had Bhagavan himself in front, alive. सीधा उन्हीं को पूछ रहे हैं कि यू आर द गिवर एंड प्रैक्टिशनर बाय एग्जांपल यू शो एंड प्रोटेक्टर ऑफ सच थिंग्स देयरफॉर आई एम आस्किंग यू इट इज गॉन you give. Now that time it was given but not noted. Now you give, we'll request Vyasa, he will note down so that in 22nd century the people online they will study that. That like that it is. He says Vakta. Vakta means the giver of this Varnashrama Dharma and Parama Dharma. Karta, the one who does it by practice and demonstrates, like Lord Rama ityadi. Avita, then who protects both the people who are following Dharma, thus the Dharma followed by them. Bhakta, Karta, Avita, na anyaha dharmasya achyuta te bhuvi. अन्यः ते अन्यः ना भूवि भूलोक में आपके अलावा कौन है ऐसा वो कमिटमेंट लेकर सिंगल हैंडेडली goes on doing a प्रचार of dharma, goes on demonstrating it, goes on protecting it. आप एक ही हैं. वही भगवान चुनते हैं कुछ कुछ ऐसे महात्माओं को जिनका अंतःकरण शुद्ध हुआ. Through them again this प्रचार happens. Remember, at no period of history, the history is not without devils. And so too, at no period of history, the history is not without saints and sages also. Both of them, Shreya, Preya, always go on. Which we choose decides where do we grow. Okay. So, Vakta api hai, Karta bhi api hai, Avita. Avita means Sahana, Avatu. Avatu means protector. Na anyaha asya dharmasya e achyuta te bhuvi. Te anyaha na. Other than you, who can do it? Therefore, one of the prayers from today we will do is, O Lord, protect the dharma in this universe by inspiring people to practice their own inner dharmas and spiritual dharmas. वर्णाश्रम धर्म एंड आध्यात्मिक धर्म ऐसा संकल्प डेली करना चाहिए. देन शेष सभायाम अपि वैरिंच्याम इवन द विरिंची सभा ब्रह्मदेव वेयर ब्रह्मा हिमसेल्फ इज द स्पीकर यत्र मूर्तिधराः कलाः where all the kalas are in the form of murti and they also give satsanga or they listen to Brahma. There also nobody who can talk like you on dharma, who can protect dharma by practicing and who can protect the practitioners of dharma. It is true. Even in Brahmaloka, other than Lord, who will teach? The point here is the comparison. The Brahmalok में भी कोई नहीं है आपके अलावा ये सब उपदेश करने वाले. मीन्स व्हाट? ब्रह्मलोक में ब्रह्मदेव दे रहना उनके रूप में आप ही हो. If you are not behind Brahmadeva with a danda, Brahmadeva also will relax. Of course, he will be made with a special bed and sofa because he has 4 heads. How to put them? So this respect, reverence of Uddhavaji to Krishna, born out of his understanding about Lord's glory. Lord alone is dharma giver, dharma doer, and by doing demonstrator. And he is the only one who protects dharma by protecting the dharmika. That's how, even if you are not spiritual in the beginning, live to your own dharma sincerely. You will slowly be pulled into the spiritual sadhana. If not this life, some life. Definitely, it will happen. In the evolution of jivas, Bhagavan will compel that we go through. You will not externally compel, but you will create such situations. We realize the need of it. We realize the need of spirituality and evolution. कुछ ना कुछ तरीके से आएगा. Your own good heart will become reason for it. Your own dharmika jivan will become reason for it. Your own intellect will become reason for it. Something Lord will place a miracle. Still stick to your dharma. Slowly will become spiritual. Okay. Now he says, Kartra again, the practitioner, Avitra, protector, then Pravakta, the speaker, Cha Bhavata Madhusudana. You the Karta, Karta, Avitra and Pravakta. You are the practice करके दिखाने वाले, बताने वाले, मुख से अवित्रा रक्षण करने वाले. Bhavata Madhusudana Tyakte Mahitale. When you leave the Mahitala and go, he is going to go in 7-8 days time only. Then Vinashtam Kaha Pravakshati. Then who will speak out this thing? Who will give out this thing? क्योंकि आप ही हो संभालते रहने वाले. अब चले गए तब कौन? Like the head of family was managing all accounts. Suddenly went away, accounts and all affairs. Then everybody is chaotic. Whether it is a state में हो, family में हो, company में हो. So what that person should do if in the land, he should write down all the things so others will follow, whoever becomes a leader next. That is how everything is noted. That becomes a scripture for everyone to follow, come to that position. सेम वे उद्धव जी आस्किंग, आप चले गए तो कौन हमको ऐसा बताएगा, इसलिए आप बता दो, शाश्वत रूप में वो रहेगा. फिर कोई ना कोई पढ़ेंगे, कोई ना कोई डिस्कस करेंगे. इवन द actor metristically also, some people will be there, they will study it. Little at least will enter into their भेजा. तो इसे आप कर्ता, अवित्रा, प्रवक्ता हो. जैसे आप जब चले जाते हैं भूमंडल को छोड़कर, विनष्टम, ये पूरा विनष्ट हो जाएगा. कहा प्रवक्षति, who will again do the spreading of it. Therefore, tattvam, that whole knowledge, naha, for us, sarvadharmagnya, O Lord, who knower of all the dharmas. All dharma, the three dharmas. One, varna dharma, two, ashrama dharma, three, the parama dharma. You are the knower of all dharma, sarvadharmagnya, dharma tad bhakti lakshanaha. Finally is your own bhakti lakshana. Yatha yasya vidhiyata tatha varnaya me prabho. Please do the varnana to us, which is the vidhi vidhana for which bhakta, which jiva, of which varna, which ashrama. Thoda sa bata dena. So this is how the question. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Yes, itam in this way, swabhrutya mukhyena prushtah sa Bhagavan Hari. The Lord was asked by the mukhya of his own bhratya. देखो स्वभृत्य मुख्य. Shukdev ji says, Bhagavan has so many bhratyas, so many servants, dasas, devotees, and even शिष्यास. भगवान के लिए भृत्य मुख्यों में यही है कृष्ण अवतार में. इनके अलावा देखोगे तो मे बी अर्जुना कम्स इन कृष्ण अवतार. प्रहलाद आदि आर डिफरेंट युगास दे आर. वो सत्ययुग के कहानियां कृष्ण अवतार के समय. Yes, भृत्य मुख्यों में गोपिकास also are there, but they are more of प्रेम लीला प्रधान. उद्धव जी ज्ञान पाना है, भक्ति पाना है, ऐसा. So all of them are also भृत्या, but तत् भृत्य मुख्येन पृष्ठः. अपने सेवकों में अति मुख्य उद्धव जी के द्वारा ऐसे पूछे गए भगवान. प्रीतः, he was extremely happy. फिर क्षेमाय मर्त्यानाम, for the safety, security, evolution of all human beings. Dharman aha sanatanan. He spoke the Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharman aha. What is the Sanatana of the Dharma? They are eternally there. Maximum people practice, maximum are its benefits. So, not practice, they are not benefited, but Dharma remains Dharma as well. Before fire was recognized or discovered for cooking the food, fire is always there. Somebody with the heating of 2 stones, they got it, and slowly you can see everywhere fire. You may not practice and get benefit, but dharma हमेशा रहता है, कोई जाता नहीं. धर्म का ग्लानि नहीं होता. That's why it is sanatana. That is why how much of a great a person talking on adhyatmikata, he should definitely talk on Varnashrama Achara. And the people also balance both Varnashrama Achara Dharma as well as our Adhyatmika Jnana and Bhakti. Then thus keep on. Don't look back. As we saw so thoroughly in our class, I don't know, morning or evening class, when you don't look at it, maybe in the evening yesterday class only, it slowly goes away from our life. That is why they give us the vratas and anushtanas, the mandala dikshas. Only to teach us, बेटा तुम छोड़ना चाहते हो छोड़ सकते हो, एक दिन के लिए, 2 दिन के लिए और 40 दिन के लिए. अब 40 छोड़ सकते हो तो जिंदगी भर छोड़ सकते हो, जो छोड़ना है छोटू. तुम पकड़ना चाहते हो तो पकड़ सकते हो, एक दिन के लिए, 2 दिन के लिए, 4 दिन के लिए, 40 दिन के लिए या जिंदगी भर. That facility always is there. At any moment, you can give up total spirituality, become 100% worldly. Any moment, you can give up that totally and take up this. That is always choice, freedom is there to us. So, Bhagavan, out of his karuna, compassion for the human beings, Kshemaya, Pritaha, Kshemaya, Martyanam, Dharman, Aha, Sanatana. Human beings के क्षेम के लिए, so इसी में क्षेम है. Kshema, again outer inner safety security, will only evolve in our even materialistic prosperity also. You don't go back into the narakadi. That Kshema, when we turn it into yoga by our own asking to the Lord, Bhagavan Kshema to dere aap, mujhe yog bhi do. He says yoga also I will give you. Yoga is adhyatmic sadhana. Beautiful it is. Now Sri Bhagavanu Vacha. Bhagavan starts saying, Dharmya esha tavaha prashnava prashnaha. Your prashna is dharma dhanapetam dharmyam. Your worthy question, correct question, required question, needful question, relevant question, useful for everyone. Naishreyasa karonunam. What a beautiful question you asked, dear. Is a giver of Nishreyasa only, Paramukti only to the human beings. Not only Kshema, but Nishreyasa. Because this is the beginning. When you know the dharmas and follow them, that is the beginning for you to climb toward Nishreyasa called moksha. Moksha in jnanam, in knowing and establishing in the self. Therefore, Naishreyasa karahanunam, the Lord is very beautifully appreciating Uddhavaji's prashna, not because he want to get marks from Uddhava, but because the prashna is so valid, so important. Unbiased. Like Uddhava has no doubt in glorifying Bhagavan, so vibhutis are glory, mahima. And then why will have Bhagavan doubt or fear or hesitation to appreciate Uddhava and his prashna? नहीं होना चाहिए. जिंदगी में एक ये भी सीखो, किसी से भी मिलते हो ना, उनका बड़प्पन का बात करना. Don't talk about any non-wanted, even in the mind. He has 80 bad quality, I am not concerned. 20 good qualities, I am concerned. It's a nature. It helps to establish good rapport. Now, when both of them that way come together, Krishna and Uddhava, then the question and answer would be beautiful only. हमेशा ऐसे ही होना है. किसी से भी ऐसे बढ़िया सा नाता लगाओ तो सब आपको लाभ ही लाभ होता रहेगा. Anyway, now he says, Hadau Kruta Yuge, first in the Kruta Yuga, there are no Varna and Ashrama. Only one was there. Varna Runam Hamsa iti smrita. Kruta Yuga में Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, no 4 Varna. Only one Varna, Hamsa Varna. It was called as. Clearly written here. Ado Krutayuge Varna Nunam Hamsa iti smritaha. And why that yuga is called Kruta Yuga? Because Krutakritya Praja Jatya. By Janma only they are all Krutakritya in the Kruta Yuga. Tasmat Kruta Yugam Viduhu. Kruta means either born realized or born with full qualification, that not much time taking to realize God and live only godly life throughout the life. There is no concept of artha, kama, ityadi in the worldliness at all. No thought also to them. देखो, Hamsa is the Varna in the Kruta Yuga. Varna Hamsaha. Krutakrityaha Praja Jatya. All of them. No malice, no impurities, no given chance to the mind. Shuddhanta karna. And buddhi is atyanta sukshma. And the sukshma buddhi, it doesn't take time to recognize the Lord everywhere. It's like 60, 70 years back when you go to the villages and all. The simplicity in them, the humbleness in them, the purity in them. All of that is, if you know, if you remember them, really it's so drastic change came in last 20, 30 years, even in those villages. अब कैसा होते थे वो लोग? Any guru goes there or any Mahatma goes there or any Gudi temple is there, temple ka pujari kaho. Shuddhanta, I'm telling an example. Oh, what a beautiful. If you can understand it, you can feel what was there in Krita Yuga. Jatya Kruta Kritya, Bhagavan says. By birth, they are Krita Kritya. Therefore, Kruta Yuga is called. Kritya means Krityam Krutam. Krityam is to be done, Krutam is done. The other day also we said, that which is to be done is equal to Kruta Krityata. Kritya to be done. Kruta Kritya, that is to be done. Kritya is done Kruta. Krutyam to be done, Krutam done. Kruta Krutyam, that is to be done is done. Next, Vedaha Pranava Eva Agre. And in that Kruta Yuga, only Veda was Pranava Omkara. Nothing else. Was through Om, the Veda Ukta Parabrahma, they used to reach. Only Omkara was there. Baki Sare Aini. Slowly they started revealing later on. This you can take Kruta Yuga as periodically also, Kruta Treta Dwapara Kali, 4 periods of history time. You can take also Adav Kruta Yuga, means in the beginning of creation. At the highest pure immaculate sthiti. It was like that. And slowly it started decreasing as we are now. The highest qualification. Last goal is last. Now, Vedaha Pranave Eva Gre. Then Dharmaha Aham Rusharupa Dhrutu. I was Dharma being an example to everyone in the form of Rishabha. Dharma Devata Rishabha. के रूप में कृतयुग में भगवान उस रूप में व्यक्त होते थे लोगों के लिए. Seeing him, they used to have that devotion to him. That ऋषभ ही उनके लिए प्रतीक है भगवान का. So अहमेव धर्मः ऋषभ रूपधृतो. Then upasate taponishtaha. People were taponishtaha and they used to do the upasana of whom? Mam. How? Mukta kilvishaha hamsam. They have to do only hamsa upasana. Hamsaha sahaham, hamsaha sahaham. That's it. And there's no kilvisha in them of wanting this or that. Later yugas only, the desire for going to that loka, enjoying this bhoga, these all have come, which now are like so compulsion. Like without them we can't live only. And people laugh at. How can you live without moving, without eating, without enjoying? It looks like life is only for that. That's how the minds of jivas have manipulated, got impurified. That's impurity. Like with so much struggle from last 2 years, we are trying to purify our antakarana through classes in which slowly the sun in us is rising. There is a meaning in spiritual life. There is a truth in spiritual life. Then as the sun rises more of the knowledge through study of Shastra, the real meaning, truth is only in spiritual life we come to that conclusion. That was already in Krita Yuga. It's rising. But in them, it's already fully risen. The sun of knowledge is only in spiritual evolution, there's meaning and fulfillment. No other thing was looked at. Like that Grihini. The old or Indian traditional, looking care of husband, taking care of husband, children, household, in-laws and all. What a beautiful life it is. So wonderful it was. Then later on, for whatever reasons, it's a big debatable, discussionable thing. We don't argue. You are right. The argument is cancelled. We are defeated. You are right. We'll accept in beginning. We can't enter into media to fight and all that. We're just telling an ideal. So to an ideal munsab, an ideal thing in the village, managing, how wonderful it was. In the same way, in Krita Yuga, people were in such a purity that they were only doing upasana of Hamsa, Hamsa, Hamsa and reaching Paramatma. That's it. No other cravings were there for Kirti, Kanchana, Kamana, Vastu, Bhoga. As a tiny, they somehow induced later on and developed. And which is not only not necessary, but it is destructive too. We have to recognize it. Then upasate taponishtaha hamsamam mukta kilbishaha. Freed from all the kilbisha, papa, which we just now said at the mind level of the covetousness and the artha, kama, bhoga, and name and fame and all these dominations, powers. These are all impurity. In pure Atma, they are not there. That means they are impurities only. They were doing what upasana? Upase taponish hamsamma hamsa. मुझे मैं जो हंस हूँ उनका वही उपासना करते हैं हंस it doesn't even put an effort to drink the milk and leave water. So not an iota of time taken to go beyond Nama Rupa and see Paramatma. For them, the moment they look at world, they immediately enter into meditation and see God. Because seeing the world and getting creation, desire creation in the mind, that is not there in them. Why we are not able to see the God in the world when God alone is there? Because our minds are polluted to see something other than God in the world in the form of bhoga or enjoyment. Remove karo usko. They were so pure. So Hamsa, anywhere they see God. Where is river? All are mother only, they say. Where is Prakriti? She is Prakriti Parashakti only. Oh, when they see sun, moon, and star, they have no doubt to say, oh, Tvameva Pratyaksha Brahmasi Vayo, Surya Atma Jagatastastushascha. Hamsa. Little more about it, and then what happened in Treta, that will be at length spoken. Then Dwapara Kali. Then it tells the Varna Ashrama Vyavastha. That's how this chapter proceeds. Today we'll stop here. An introduction is given and we saw around 10-11 slokas also. Thank you. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamom Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Gurnath Maharaj Ki Jai Shubham. चलो हम अभी भागवत हो गया तो वाल्मीकि रामायण स्टडी करेंगे आधा घंटा. ओम. Don't run away.